Hey ho, dear ones. We have been exploring a topic I am wildly passionate about, and that's helping you to deepen your connection to your intuition. I'm so excited about it. In fact, we are in the midst of a 5-part series to deep dive into the languages of your intuition. And this is part 4 of this 5-part series. Your intuition is one of your key 5 spiritual gifts, the others being healing, manifestation, teaching, and leadership. And your intuition is the one that enables you to communicate with the spiritual realm, learning and expanding your various intuitive languages, and you have many, is a key and essential aspect of communicating more sophisticatedly with your higher self, source, and spirit guides. We have arrived to part 4 of our 5-part series. In parts 1, 2, and 3, we explored how to clarify your dominant and developing intuitive languages and your bodily intuitive touch points. If you haven't yet, I recommend checking those episodes out. We will leave links in the show notes. And today we're exploring your intuition and your human design strategy, which I categorize as one of your intuitive languages, although human design purists might use different words to describe it, but it's definitely part of and a key part of your intuitive compass. And we're going to be exploring today how your intuition and your human design strategy fit together. So let's get to it. In today's episode, I reveal how your human design strategy works according to your type. I reveal an awe-inspiring story of how joyful and easeful life can unfold when you follow your strategy, and how to use your intuition to boost your alignment to your strategy. We'll end on an invitation that will have you powerfully navigating life's challenges and making decisions that are in sharp alignment with your unique energy. So please stay with me until the end. Hello, Soul Guide Circle. That is the name of this global and growing community of soul-guided leaders and entrepreneurs. In this Soul Guide Circle, we are using our spiritual gifts to grow prosperous, heart-led businesses that are on the leading edge of consciousness. Find a link to join our closed Facebook group at allisonscampbell.com or in the show notes. Today, we're talking about your intuition and your human design strategy. As you learn your human design type, and if you're brand new to human design, I really invite you to start checking it out. It is a whole language unto itself. And I always tell people all you ever need to do and all you ever need to know about human design is your type, strategy, and authority. And we'll be talking more about authority in next week's episode. Today, we're going to be talking more about type and strategy. And it really, at the end of the day, no matter how deep you go with human design, if it gets back to one thing, it gets back to your type and strategy. And if you can get that down, or you have basic awareness of your type and strategy, you have what you need to know. And if you feel called to go deeper with it all, then you're in the right place, because I'm going to reveal how you do just that. So it all gets back to strategy. What is your strategy? The strategy is what you follow according to your type to navigate life's challenges and make decisions that are in alignment with your unique energy. And there are 5 different types and 5 different strategies. First, we have the manifestors. So if you are a manifestor, and I should say also here that we will leave a link in the show notes for you to run your chart for free if you're brand new to human design, so you know what your type and strategy is. And if you are a manifestor, And you can imagine if we're putting on a movie, you would be the producer. Would be the one with the idea to get it started. You would have the big picture view of it all in mind. And as we grow to higher consciousness, you are the paradigm shifter. You're the one that can bust through the energy with your initiating energy to get the new ideas out into the collective. And you have this non-verbal creative flow that you're really here to follow. And your strategy is to inform. You normally move fast, and you can typically find yourself a couple steps ahead of the rest of us. So that's why it's so important to inform your audience, your loved ones, the people of your life about what you are up to. And it's in that informing, people will be clear about your intentions. Otherwise, you might leave people confused. Where are you going? You're far ahead of me, and I can't see what you're doing up there. And it also clarifies your path to you when you inform. And it keeps that beautiful connection to your nonverbal creative flow. That's your bread and butter. And it's especially that connection, that creative flow that you really want to be informing others about. So if you get a burst of information to launch something new for your business, tell people about it. It doesn't necessarily mean you're on the hook to produce that thing. You're just inviting people into your creative process. And it's in that sharing of what you're up to that you do land on the clarity for that thing that you do want to see through. If you are a generator, you would be the cast and crew of our movie that we're putting on. And in our new consciousness that we're evolving to, you are the master creator. You are really here to gain mastery over your work. And your strategy is to respond. You want to wait for something to show up in your outer reality, and responding to that thing is going to give you the cues or the breadcrumbs to know whether you want to turn right or left, keep pursuing the idea, or if it's time to pivot. The example I like to give to illustrate this response strategy is, let's say you want to go on a vacation and you can't decide whether or not you want to go to the beach or to the mountains. Just put the question out there. Remember, you have to be putting things out there to have something to respond to. So in your audience, for example, it's a good idea to ask them lots of engagement questions, sharing ideas, sharing your intentions, and then responding to people's comments and reactions to what it is you're sharing. Getting back to the vacation example, you can't decide, so you put it out into the universe. Are you calling me to go on vacation to the beach or to the mountains? Now, of course, you can get your intuitive response first, and you should. And this is, I'm already kind of getting to where our intuition and our strategy intermingle. So the first thing you can definitely do is ask your intuition. But maybe you do that and you don't get a clear answer, or maybe you get the beach, but you start second guessing that. What you want to do in addition to checking with your intuition is noticing and following your strategy. So maybe in the following days, you see a billboard of a travel agency booking people on amazing holidays to the Caribbean. And that billboard really feels good and exciting when you look at it, like, oh, it's got a beautiful photo of a beach, and you're thinking, yeah, that would be amazing. Then later in the day, you're in line at the grocery store and you hear the people ahead of you talking about their recent trip that they just took to Aruba. And you're like, oh, Aruba, that would feel so nice. And then you get home and your spouse says, oh, they're offering discounted airline tickets to the Dominican Republic. that would be an interesting place to go. And so those are all outer cues that you're responding to that's giving you the guidance that you're being called to go to the beach. If you are a manifesting generator, you are also the cast and crew in our movie. And as we evolve to higher consciousness, your role is to be the multi-passionate master creator. Because you are really here to have, at times in your life, lots of plates spinning, getting lots of things done, pursuing a variety of different ideas. You also have the strategy to respond, but you're a hybrid strategy because you have a bit of manifestor in you as well. So first thing you're going to want to do is respond like the generators would. And then once you have an idea that you would like to pursue, you should also inform others before taking action, just like the manifestors. And I'm not sure that I said that so clearly. So manifestors, with your strategy to inform, you inform before taking really big action. You can take small action and inform others about your small actions, but before you dive head deep into anything, you inform first. And that is the same for you manifesting generators. First, you're going to wait to respond. And then once you get the response like, yes, I want to tip my toe in these waters over here, inform others before you take action, and you will really find yourself in some juicy alignment. Next, we get to projectors. I am one, and we are the directors of the movie. We like to tell people what to do. And in the new consciousness, we are the new era guide and leaders. And our strategy is to wait for the invitation. A lot of projectors I know can be quite annoyed at this strategy because we get impatient. We want to get things moving. We want to get things done. We get tired of waiting. But the important thing about waiting for the invitation and getting those invitations arriving into your experience is two things. Really focusing on your rest and making sure you have the energy in your tank so that when the right invitation arrives, you can say yes and you have the energy to pursue it. The other thing is to really make sure you're cultivating your relationship to your self-worth and the value you create in the world. So if you can do those two things in between invitations, you will gin up amazing invitations for yourself. And an invitation is something as simple as, hey, Allison, do you want to be a guest speaker in my program? And that would, to me, if I get a really excited yes energy to that, that is definitely a projector invitation. But it can also be an energetic cue. And you're just waiting for that energy that's inviting you in to launch something, participate in something, or move forward with an idea. Lastly, we have the reflectors. You are less than 1% of humanity. You are the unicorn type. And in our movie, you are the audience because you are mirroring back to the world what is happening. And so likewise, in the new era, you are the wise observer. Your strategy is to wait a lunar cycle. You want to wait 28 to 29 days before making a decision or taking a big action. This can feel kind of annoying and kind of slow, but it's in that wait where you get the clarity of knowing what you want to do, which direction you want to go, and it's where those beautiful, juicy, creative insights arrive. All right? So I would love to share with you now a story, and this story is for everyone because everyone has been annoyed at one time or another with your strategy, right? We can wrestle with our strategy and resist it. And this will really be satisfying for you projectors out there because I think I at least have heard from my own clients the most annoyance of that waiting for the invitation. But when you really align to all parts of your human design chart, you will find joy. It's when we resist our own energy where we feel that conflict. And yes, there are conundrums built into our charts. So that means we will have natural ways that our energy sort of bumps heads, if you will. So we have two parts of our charts that are, and parts of our energy that are both a true piece and part of who we are, but they contradict each other a little bit. And in human design, those are called the conundrums of the chart. But those, when you find alignment in your conundrums, I find are where your juiciest growth and creativity can occur. So the story I want to share is that of my new home office. And I set the intention when I first moved from a day job, a 9 to 5, working in an office environment at a brick and mortar building. And when I transitioned to becoming a coach and working from home, I set the intention to always have and set up for myself a home office sanctuary that I started to call my layer of enlightenment. In each and every house we've lived in, and we have moved a lot, I have successfully created a really beautiful home office space for myself. So when we moved into our current house in The Hague, I set up a really fantastic office, but I knew deep inside that I could do better and that it was just temporary. And then one day out of the blue, my husband said to me, "Hey, do you want to renovate our attic and turn it into your home office?" And up until that point, our attic was totally unrenovated. It was just a space for storage. And I knew in that moment it was a projector invitation. And I should say quickly here that the projector strategy to wait for the invitation is mostly about the bigger things in life, the bigger questions, and not the smaller day-to-day things. And that's basically true about all type strategies. They more pertain to those, let's say, medium to larger things in life that you're going to put time and money and energy behind to pursue. And following your strategy is going to put you in sharp alignment that you're focusing on the right aligned things for your energy and for this point in your journey. And once I said yes to my husband's suggestion, it turned into a series of me just waiting and just saying yes at the right time. When I was feeling that yes, intuitive yes, and my human design authority was saying yes, and I was getting the intuitive yes hits to the invitation, because we can all get invitations that we are meant to actually say no to. So for all of us, it's important to say yes to the right invitations, and certainly for projectors as well. And I'm still sort of in awe by how easeful it can all be when you just surrender to your strategy and you don't fight it. And that's what we can do. We fight and resist our own strategy. You manifestors can be very secretive, so you don't like to inform. Manifestors and manifesting generators, you like to get things going. You like to have your finger in a lot of different pots. So you don't always want to wait to respond. You want to move out. You want to pursue your passions. Projectors, we get so tired of being unseen and unheard that we also just want to be seen. And we get tired of waiting for invitations. Reflectors, also, we live in a world of now, go, go, go. Who wants to wait a bloody month before you make a decision? So we resist, and we certainly get socially conditioned away from how we are designed to make choices and how we are designed to navigate life, because we live in a now, go, go, go. The early bird gets the worm. If you want your dreams, go out and grab them. Don't sit around and wait. Or for most of us, we are entirely designed to wait. Not wait too much or not wait at the wrong time and in the wrong way, but we are meant to wait at certain points of our path. And even manifestors, you have an open sacral, so you also, like projectors and reflectors, have to really make sure that you have the energy in your well to pursue an idea. And sometimes you have a great idea, but you don't have the energy in your well, so you're being asked to wait in the sense of rest before you pursue a big new creative idea. So with my home office, we live in the Netherlands and it's really hard to find good contractors. And if they are a good contractor, they either charge astronomical fees or they have a 2-year waiting list. And then one day out of the blue, my neighbor said to me, "Oh, we found these amazing contractors and they just charged us a great price and they were so reliable and efficient and they did this amazing job. They have some space on their calendar for new work. Allison, would you like their contact information?" Projector invitation. I said, hell yes. These guys show up and they were dream to work with. And then the furniture for my office. My husband said, "Hey, do you want to go furniture shopping for your office?" Yes. "Do you want that chair?" Yes. I mean, it just doesn't stop. We have this beautiful big window in my office. The window is just the piece de résistance. And so we have this contractor that we sometimes work with who does odd ends around the house. We don't ever hire him to do too much because he's really expensive and he really is like the gold standard. And so we were showing him the attic as it was getting renovated. And he said, "Oh, did you guys know that I specialize in blinds as well? And there are these new blinds that have come out where you can open them from the top or the bottom and they let the sun in. And I think it'd be really perfect for this space. Would you like to learn more about them?" Yes. And actually just today I met with him and he brought the samples and they're the most beautiful, cool functioning blinds I have ever experienced. And they are going to work so amazingly in this space. It was just truly, this whole space was a series of me waiting for invitations and saying yes, yes, yes. All right, let's get to how to use your intuition to boost your alignment to your strategy. Listen, this is where I teach Soul Blueprint. And Soul Blueprint is a way to clarify, activate, amplify your 5 spiritual gifts so that you can connect to and communicate and co-create with the divine, your higher self, source, spirit guides at higher and more sophisticated levels. Human design shows you an amazing map to your energy, your unique energy. It gives you some amazing tools like strategy and authority. But sometimes it's not enough. Oftentimes, I find. And you need your intuition. You actually need the tools in Soul Blueprint, which give you the resources and the directions so you can really navigate the map of your energy. And I like to say human design and Soul Blueprint are opposite sides of the same coin. So whenever you're not sure about whether or not your strategy is showing up, you're in alignment to your strategy, whether you're not sure what your strategy is really trying to tell you, you want to just ask your intuition. And you can always ask your intuition yes/no questions. Allow the questions you ask your intuition to be easy for your intuition to answer, and nothing is easier than a yes/no question. So certainly, whenever I feel like something might be a true projector invitation, something that I am meant to say yes to, or even I think it's important to have those moments in time where you're saying no, because you're saying no to the universe. I don't want invitations like that, right? And that gets you the invitations you actually do want. I always also use my intuition and I just ask, was that my strategy? Okay? So whenever you're not sure if it's time to use your strategy, follow your strategy, just ask, is now the time to use my strategy? So in the manifestor example, is now the time to inform, get a yes, no intuitive answer. And if you're not sure whether something is showing up in your outer reality, for you manifesting generators and generators, you can ask, is that my strategy asking me to respond to it? Is this thing, my strategy showing up? And you get a yes, no. For projectors, certainly, was that a projector invitation? And lastly, for reflectors, you can just ask, is this question something I need to wait 30 days for? We need the help of our intuition to help us really understand and follow our strategy. Otherwise, it can just be too vague and nebulous, and I'm not sure. I was just in a client session yesterday, and whenever my clients or my audience members or members of my network give me an idea that resonates with me, I almost always see that as a projector invitation to at least investigate further whether or not it's something I should pursue. Very often, those are the ideas that end up getting me the biggest results because it is a projector invitation. This idea and suggestion is an invite, inviting me to consider it deeper. And then when I get that yes energy, I know this is the thing for me to pursue. So she just suggested an idea to me, and it was an idea I've been thinking about for a long time, but it was the way she said it. And you should consider doing this thing with light workers. And I just got this yes, I should. I've been considering it for years, but maybe now is the time that I actually do it, and I do it in the right way. And maybe there's some divine timing at play, because certainly following strategy also helps you to align to the divine timing of when something wants to happen. So I asked my intuition, is this a projector invite? And I got a big yes. And then I said, is this an idea I should pursue right now? And I got a big yes. And to be honest, that's when your intuition can and really should kick in to give you that extra guidance and direction you really need to align to the messages coming from your strategy. Because I find strategy alone is not enough. You need the reinforcing fires coming from your intuition, coming from your higher self, source, spirit guides to really get you in that juicy, sharp alignment. And this is exactly what I teach in Soul Blueprint. If you would like to learn more about it, head over to the show notes. You can find a link, or just go ahead and head to AllisonScammell.com/Soul Blueprint to learn more about how it all works. If enrollment's open, I would love for you to consider joining. And if not, you can join the Soul List to be the first to know when enrollment is open again. My invitation for you this week is to spend some time with your strategy. If you're new to human design, just Google your type and strategy and read up about it. Read a couple articles. That's all you need. And I don't mean long articles. I mean short articles, a couple paragraphs. And this will all start to make more sense. And then just start to notice. Just notice when your strategy is showing up, or when you feel called to use your strategy, and ask your intuition, is my strategy at play here? And see if you get a yes, no. If you are on the more advanced sides of human design, push your edges. Can you get to know your strategy even deeper and follow your strategy even deeper? And usually what that means is to stop resisting it. So if there's waiting to be done, can you release the resistance to waiting? If there is informing that wants to happen, can you resist the desire to be secretive? So see if you can really find that next level of alignment and watch opportunities arrive to you with a joy and ease that really will blow your mind. And if you received something special from this episode, hit subscribe wherever it is you listen. Find on that app the place to leave a rating or review, or head over to the show notes. We have a link to leave a rating and review. I will read your words on the air. And if you screenshot that review, especially if you leave it on Spotify and send it to me, then I will send you a high-value, bespoke, intuitive gift, something that you really need in this moment to help you on your path. And yes, I will read your words on the air. That's a wrap for this episode. In our next episode, we will conclude this really results producing amazing 5-part series on deepening your relationship to your intuitive languages. And as always, until next time, may your soul guide the way.